Thank you. We have actually a couple of questions here. Just take a slightly different stand, but keep it international. What is your stand on the Israeli-Palestinian situation? Also, given the comments today by Hillary Clinton in Israel saying, challenging their existence, and the president refusing to be photographed with Netanyahu in Washington. We didn't know that happened today too. So Dana, you want to address that in terms of our relations with Israel, and then John, you can have your opportunity.
I believe we have a strong alliance with Israel, and we should remain true to them. I was investigating just the last couple of days. I was trying to wrap my head around what's going on in East Jerusalem with the settlements. But I think Obama has made it clear for quite some time that he is not a great friend of Israel, and I think that's a big mistake. I think we have strong and long ties with that country, and they are the oldest democracy in that area. I think they very much are aware that their very existence is very fragile right now, and I think we should be very strongly supportive of them.
John, would you address that issue, please?
Sure, and I would agree that we need to do everything that we can to resolve that matter and create some peace in that part of the world. It's a terrible thing, and none of us should want anything other than the long-lasting peace and prosperity for the state of Israel and for the people in Palestine. It's an unfortunate situation.
What would you do?
Regarding?
Can you be specific?
I would continue the peace process. Yeah.
Example.
There is none. We've been trying for a very long time there now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, look, it's a difficult situation. All we can do is lend our assistance and do the best that we can there. It's a long-term problem. We have to be careful about how we do it so that we don't make it any worse. But these people have to live with one another. There are long-term trends in that country that need to be resolved. And I would incidentally also support a two-state solution. I think that's really the only thing that makes any sense.
What about Israel as an ally of ours?
In terms of?
Well, do you consider them an international ally?
Are they an ally of ours?
In terms of, do we give?
Israel,
let's be specific.
Is Israel an ally of the United States?
Sure it is. Yeah. Do we give them the war guarantee? Is that the question? Because if you're going to ask me that, I'd like my opponent to answer that question as well.
Let's take questions.
Yeah. No, I sense some dissatisfaction with the answer, so I do want to respond and give you the clearest thing, because I'm trying to evade questions. But I'm very reluctant to get into the specifics. I mean, are you asking me that question? Should we give them the war guarantee?
All right, you brought it up. Or should we give them the war guarantee?
No.
What does that mean specifically?
We should not give anybody the war guarantee.
What does that mean?
Because America first is
what is the war guarantee?
The war guarantee means that if they are attacked, that we automatically attack, just as Chamberlain gave the war guarantee to Poland in 1939.
I shouldn't get in the middle of that.
Let me do this. That's
control.
clear. That's crystal clear about
Okay,
that. That's where I stand on the matter. If you want a clarification, I'm more than happy to address it directly after, because I'm not sensing that people are clear on the issue, but I'm not exactly clear on what the specific answers.
Okay.
I do want to mention one thing. How much time do I have?
I think we
I want to mention one thing.
Just mention one thing and then Dan, you can respond.
I'm very specific about the things I say, and if I've said this, forgive me, but when did I say that I was going to appeal to the anti-war left?
WorldNet Daily's article.
I've got the WorldNet Daily article. Answer your question, and I'll see if I can find it.
I didn't read the WorldNet Daily article particularly, so I can check it. Dana, would you respond to what we got into there? And also the war guarantee, because John brought that up, and that needs to be addressed.
Well, I think the interesting thing is I think what Israel will probably want more from us. I mean, we have the situation in Iran, too, and I know I'm a citizen candidate. I cannot say I have the innermost knowledge about our strategic plans for that area in any way, shape, or form. But I do know that there's lots of talk about whether Israel will be the ones that have to take out the nuclear capabilities of Iran. We would obviously want to support them. What's interesting is I'm sure there are a lot of countries in the Middle East that also want to support them. They can't come out and say that, but nobody wants, that I can think of, wants Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I think we would have to become involved if Israel was attacked. And it kind of goes back to thinking that we can be friendly with oil-producing nations. I just think the apology tour kind of proved that that wasn't going to happen. So it's just a matter of being realistic about things. So I'm sorry I can't be more clear about that because I don't know a lot of the specifics, but I do know that there has been much talk in seminars I've listened to and stuff about how Iran's going to be dealt with and how will we support Israel if they feel they're under imminent attack.
Okay, thank you. All right, get off on the international or closer to home